Hi, thanks for being in a new video. This is breaking news. Windows is crashing on business computers all over the world, causing problems all over the place, delayed flights. It's definitely a topic that's getting a lot of buzz. There are a lot of pictures on social media, a lot of videos showing the complete chaos that's happening right now. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on, what caused the problem, if it's going to affect you as a user, and more. So let's get started. Let's start by describing what this problem looks like in real life, and it's the lifelong Windows blue screen of death. In fact, it is very famous, the term blue screen of death, because for a long time Windows has had this little defect that if something is failing, suddenly this screen appears and you can't do anything else until the technician arrives. In more recent versions, Windows put a little nicer screen with a sad face, but it's still a blue screen of death. And now this is happening, as I tell you, on all business computers all over the world. So generally Windows is used on too many systems. You only have to look at the pictures that are circulating on social networks to realize the impact that this has had. Windows is present in vending machines, in screens displaying store information, in airport screens, which is what is causing all this conflict. But not only in screens that show information to users, but Windows is also present in many systems of all companies. So, for example, at the airport, it is not simply that they cannot show you on the screen which gate you have or at what time your flight departs, but that the same system that controls absolutely everything that has to do with making your registration and generating boarding passes and more is not working. That is why there is so much chaos at the airport, which I believe is where it is having the most repercussions due to the large groups of people that can gather. In fact, there are some pictures circulating on the internet of how they are trying to give out hand-filled boarding passes. But obviously the world is not ready to go back to working everything by hand. The level of automation that computers have achieved has also caused all these activities to multiply. So, if you used to be able to handle 3 flights every hour by hand, to give an example, due to automation, this has increased to the limit, but to the limit of automation. Obviously, going back to a manual world has resulted in thousands of cancelled flights, everything delayed. Berlin Airport is reported to be totally closed for flights. There they better decided to cancel all flights until this is sorted out. So this, as I tell you, is affecting too much. In fact, it's also said that it could affect the systems of some banks and in general any company that uses Windows for their enterprise systems, because the cause of the error has been a failed update sent by a company called CrowdStrike. This is directly related to the services offered by Microsoft through its Azure platform. I don't know the English pronunciation, but this is a platform that all companies that are working at the enterprise level use, so that data is centralized and all other computers connect to that data and everything is networking in a very synchronized way. Therefore, if that service fails, absolutely all the computers around it fail, and in this case they had supposedly sent an update to try to correct some vulnerability, since this is a cybersecurity company. Then its president has immediately released a statement to calm the situation a bit, pointing out that this is not a cyber attack or a hack, but a failed update. Through a post on X, he published the following: CrowdStrike is actively working with customers affected by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts. Mac and Linux hosts are not affected. This is neither a security incident nor a cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been implemented. We refer customers to the support portal for the latest updates and will continue to provide full and continuous updates on our website. In addition, we encourage organizations to be sure to communicate with CrowdStrike representatives through official channels. Our team is fully mobilized to ensure the security and stability of CrowdStrike customers. So, in summary, it has been a failed update that has caused the blue screen of death on thousands and millions of enterprise computers. I emphasize this because it then means that Windows computers of mainstream users like you and me should not have this problem unless you are connected to a Microsoft Azure service. And as we read in this post by the president of CrowdStrike, if there are some other screens or computers that are connected to the Microsoft Azure service but don't have the Windows operating system, they are not having problems. On the internet are also starting to circulate some possible solutions to this problem, since apparently, even if this cybersecurity company releases another update to try to correct this problem, well, definitely that each technician must go rebooting these computers to try to get them to receive this new update patch. But it must be one by one, since at the moment all computers are completely collapsed. According to the official Shataka account on X, they say you can boot Windows in safe mode, then look for the CrowdStrike folder, which is inside the Windows system folders, then look for the file named and delete that file. Then you have to restart the computer and that's it. This would be one solution. There are other solutions circulating on the internet very similar, where you force the computer to enter the command prompt so you can manage it through commands. Then through different commands you get to find this same file and delete it. And after this it should be corrected. There is also another way where through commands you simply disable CrowdStrike instead of deleting the file, and it is also supposed to be able to help solve this problem. But it is definitely a task that is going to take many hours, days, or even weeks for many people. Then there are some very complicated days ahead. If you are planning to travel, if your bank has been affected as well, possibly we are going to see a lot of delays. The truth is that it is a problem that we are probably not yet fully sizing up. As the hours and days go by, we will see everything that has been affected, which surely has been a lot. For the moment, there are also some memes that we can enjoy to try to smile a little in this difficult moment. I don't even want to imagine those who are stuck at the airport. It must be pretty complicated, but if you want to laugh for a while, let's at least check out these memes. For example, there's the traditional clip of Microsoft, who was one of the first wizards to come out in office saying, "I'm fine in the middle of all the flames." There's another one that says Microsoft engineers right now trying to analyze which little cable got disconnected. Obviously, in this case, it's not that a cable went through, it's a meme. There is an animation that is going very viral also on X that shows how the flights have been coming to a halt. In real time, you see a multitude of planes all over the world. And notice how, as time goes by, the planes are stopping because obviously they can't take off. Because there are no people inside the planes, all the systems are down, so it's very complicated. There is another very funny video of a parakeet jumping on the keyboard, and they say, the people from Microsoft who released the update, they were probably playing with a parakeet that released the update. Do you think that happened? I don't think so, it's a meme, don't worry. And there are other pictures I had forgotten to mention of these terminals where you happen to charge yourself. It's something very common in the United States and other countries that are not working either. So as I tell you, there are a lot of effects that we may not be aware of yet. We will have to see how this is going to affect Microsoft, if it is going to have some lawsuits or what, because it can definitely also cause a lot of losses in companies and many complications. But well, for now, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you found the information useful. If so, I hope you help me to share it. Tell me you liked the video, and I'll see you next time.